Fluorine is a strongest oxidizing agent. Strongest oxidizing agent. Same reason, due to more hydration energy.
Positive condition.
No, negative only.
Here, sir. Fluorine.
Flow, yeah, positive. So fluorine is a strongest oxidizing agent, lithium is a strongest reducing agent. Nature of oxides. Now so far we have completed what are metal, what are non-metals and metalloid. No. Now this is a relation related to the same concept, nature of oxide. You know, metal combined with oxygen form metal oxides, non-metal combines with oxygen form non-metal oxide. Similarly, even metalloids also combine with oxygen, directly, indirectly they form corresponding oxides. Therefore, we have metal oxides, non-metal oxides, even oxides of metalloid also. Therefore, based on nature, oxides are classified into 4 types. Based on nature, oxides are classified into, it is 4 types. There are 4 types of oxide. Can you tell me? 1, non-metal oxides or acidic oxides. Okay, acidic oxides because they are acidic nature. 2, basic oxide because they are basic nature. 3, amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide. Then 4th one is neutral oxide. So these are the 4 types of oxide based on nature. Now let's see first acidic oxide. Come on, tell me, usually which element can form acidic oxides? Non-metals, no. Non-metal form acidic oxide, metal form basic oxide, then metalloid form amphoteric oxide, that is neutral is different. There are few examples. So therefore, generally non-metal can form what? Acidic oxide. So that means non-metal oxides are acidic oxides. Okay, can you tell me example? Example for non-metal oxides. Tell me second period element. Boron. From P block, no. Non-metal start from P block elements. Boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, no. So what is the boron oxide is? B2O3. Next carbon is CO2. Next nitrogen is N2O3 or N2O3, N2O5, etc. Okay, oxygen, fluorine are there. No, oxygen, fluorine oxides are they are neutral oxides. Oxygen. Next, third group element. Tell me, third period element. So elements of third period. Boron, aluminium is amphoteric. Carbon, silicon, no. SiO2. It is P2O3. P2O5 also. Sulfur, no. SO2, SO3. Next, oxygen, sulfur, no. Selenium, yeah, etc. They are non-metal oxides are acidic oxide. Even chlorine, with chlorine, Cl2, O3, O5 also, O7 also. So all these are non-metal oxides. They are acidic oxides. But here important is acidic strength. Comparison of acidic strength only important. The questions, the previously question was appeared even in JEE also. So strength of acid. See here, remember, strength of acid is directly related to 2 factor. It is usually related to 2 factor. One is electronegativity. So strength of acid is directly proportional to electronegativity. It means as the electronegativity increases, acidic strength is increases. And one more is strength of acid also related to oxidation number or percentage of oxygen, which is also directly proportional to oxidation number over or percentage of oxygen. As the percentage of oxygen increases, oxidation number increases, this acidic strength is increases. Percentage of oxygen, you can compare with any one of these. Okay, now question is like this. Example, you take here only boron, carbon, nitrogen. So boron, carbon, nitrogen belongs to same period, no? Same period. Then what happened? Boron to nitrogen increases. Boron to nitrogen electronegativity increases, no? Yes. Therefore, if I write boron oxide B2O3, carbon oxide, nitrogen oxide, tell me what is the acidic strength? Increases because electronegativity increases. Acidic strength is increases. Similarly, take here silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Silicon can form SiO2, phosphorus is P2O3, okay, and SO2 and Cl2O7. Here, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. What happened in a period left-right electronegativity increases. When electronegativity increases, its acidic strength also increases. Same, it is also acidic strength increases left to right. That means you can compare acidic strength based on electronegativity. Now, sometime a same element can form more than one compound, more than one oxide. When the same element can form the more than one oxide, for example, you see N2O3, N2O5. Nitrogen, both are having same electronegativity, isn't it? When nitrogen present in N2O3 and N2O5, is it nitrogen oxidation? Is it nitrogen electronegativity changes?
No.
Nitrogen electronegativity does not change in both the case. In both the case, it has same electronegativity. In such case, you need to compare with the second relation. Acidic strength is directly proportional to one oxidation number. It is better you go for oxidation number. You calculate oxidation number of nitrogen. Wherever oxidation number is more, that is more acidic. It is nothing but related to percentage of oxygen. In whichever molecule has more percentage of oxygen, that is more acidic. You see the ratio of oxygen 2:3, 2:5. More oxygen, more acidic. That means N2O5 is more acidic. So next statement is, if an element form more than one oxide, its acidic strength is depends on what? Its acidic strength is depends on what? Oxidation number or percentage of oxygen. Its acidic strength is depends on percentage of oxygen or oxidation number. For example, so this is you have studied in P block element. Nitrogen can form 5 oxides: N2O, NO, N2O3, NO2, N2O5. Come on, tell me here from N2O to N2O5 the percentage of oxygen is increases, or else oxidation number. If you calculate oxidation number, it is +1, it is +2, it is +3, +4, +5. As the oxidation number increases, obviously the percentage of oxygen must be increased. Therefore, what is the order of acidic strength? So which is more acidic? N2O5 is more acidic greater than NO2 greater than N2O3, which is greater than NO greater than N2O. Next, another example. Now let us take phosphorus. Phosphorus can form three oxides very commonly: P2O3, even P2O4, P2O5. Okay, P2O4 unstable, but it forms. Tell me, P2O3, P2O4, P2O5. So, which is more acidic and why? P2O5. The percentage of oxygen is more. So therefore, P2O5 is more, no? Here acidic strength. If you write here, P2O5 greater than P2O4 greater than P2O3. Even manganese can also form many oxide. MnO, Mn2O3, MnO2, Mn2O5, Mn2O7, right? Manganese can form many oxides. Among this, which is more acidic? Mn2O7 is more acidic. Okay, so it is about comparison of acidic strength of different oxides, and same type of element can form different oxides. Next, there is one more important point is non-metal oxides, also called anhydrides. Non-metal oxides are oxides of non-metal. Called anhydride. For example, CO2. CO2 is an anhydride. Even SO2, SO2, SO3, Cl2, O7, etc. All these are non-metal oxides. They are called anhydride. Why? Because non-metal oxides reacts with water, they form corresponding oxoacids. For example, CO2 reacts with water, it forms its corresponding oxoacid is what? H2CO3. Therefore, CO2 is a anhydride of what? Carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide is a anhydride of carbonic acid. Why? Carbonic acid is formed from carbon dioxide by adding water. Similarly, sulfur dioxide combined with water, it forms sulfurous acid, H2SO3. Therefore, sulfur dioxide is a anhydride of what? Sulfurous acid. Similarly, sulfur trioxide plus water, it gives us to H2SO4. It means sulfur trioxide is a anhydride of sulfurous acid. Similarly, Cl2O7 reacts with water, it forms HClO4. So Cl2O7 is a anhydride of perchloric acid. So therefore, tell me, why oxides of non-metals are called anhydride? Because they combines with water to form corresponding oxoacid. All these are oxoacids because they are having oxygen, no? Oxoacid or oxyacids. Right, so here they form corresponding oxoacids and they are acidic nature. they are acidic nature. Now here question is, when they are acidic nature, what happens their acidic strength? Comparison of acidic strength, whether increases or decreases. Again it is same. See, one acidic strength of oxo acid is directly proportional to 1 electronegativity. This is same. It is just similar to oxo acid, that's it. And which is also directly proportional to, right here only,
Oxygen.
percentage of oxygen or nothing but oxidation number. Right. So therefore, let us take carbon can form carbonic acid and sulfurous acid. I want to compare H2CO3, H2SO3. What is the order of acidic strength? Carbon, sulfur. Among carbon, sulfur, whose En is more? Whose En is more? Sulfur, no. Therefore, the electronegativity of sulfur directly proportional to acidic strength. So this is the acidic strength. Sulfurous acid more acidic than carbonic acid. Next, let us take 15th boron, no, H2CO3, boric acid, sorry, H3BO3, boric acid, H2CO3, carbonic acid, HNO3, nitric acid. Okay. Boron, carbon, nitrogen. Tell me. That's it. Acidic strength. Directly proportional to electronegativity. Next. Let us take HNO3, nitric acid, H3PO4, phosphoric acid, H3ASO4, arsenic acid. So nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic. Come on, tell me. These three are oxo acid. Nitric acid, orthophosphoric acid or phosphoric acid. It is a arsenic acid. Which is more acidic? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic. Nitrogen has more electronegativity than phosphorus, then arsenic. Decreasing order. Right? Suppose if the same element can form more than one oxo acid, for example, let us take H3PO3, H3PO4. Next, HNO2, nitrous acid, HNO3, nitric acid. Come on, tell me. Phosphorus, phosphorus, nitrogen, nitrogen. Which is more acidic? Both the phosphorus having same electronegativity. If electronegativity is same, then compare oxidation number. So oxidation number is more or nothing but percentage of oxygen. More acidic here also. Percentage of oxygen more compared to this, more acidic. Right? You can compare the acidic strength of even oxo acid also same. Come on, tell me metal oxides. Which oxide? Not metal oxide. Right, basic oxides. Right. Which oxides are called basic oxides? Metal oxides are called basic oxides. Come on, tell me. Example. Which are the example for metal oxides? Which are the metal? Alkali metal, alkaline, earth metal. No. All alkali metal like sodium oxide, potassium oxide, rubidium oxide, even magnesium oxide, calcium oxide, barium oxide, etc. All alkali metals and alkaline earth metals are metals. Their corresponding oxides are what? Basic oxides. That means generally metal oxides are basic oxides. These are example. Okay. Then tell me why the metal oxides are called basic oxides. Metal oxides are basic oxides because they dissolve in water, they form corresponding hydroxide. For example, sodium oxide plus water, it gives rise to corresponding hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. It means metal oxides dissolved in water, they form the corresponding hydroxide. Therefore, they are basic oxides. Okay. Next is basic strength. Basic strength. Here no, basic strength down the group. Tell me what happened? Increases no. Down the group increases. Basic strength left to right decreases. Right. Basic strength is decreases in a period. Basic strength is increases in a group. Okay. Then question is like this. Lithium oxide, sodium oxide, potassium oxide, rubidium oxide, cesium oxide. Tell me which of the following is, now what is the order of basic strength? Basic strength is increases down the group because basic strength is directly proportional to metallic nature. Metallic nature directly proportional to electropositivity. Electropositivity directly proportional to atomic size. All these are interrelated. So therefore, cesium oxide is more basic, lithium oxide is least basic. Okay, question is like this. Among sodium oxide, potassium oxide, magnesium oxide, calcium oxide, tell me which is most basic and which is least basic. How to identify? See, so it's very simple. Say, listen here. In periodic property, no, whatever the property they ask, better you identify whether element belongs to same group or same period. They must give either one. So here, sodium, potassium. You know, sodium, potassium belongs to same group. Right, same group. Next, magnesium, calcium. Magnesium come here, calcium come here. It is also same group. Then down the group, what happened? Basic strength is increases. Down the group increases. It means potassium and calcium supposed to have more basic strength. Not a sodium, not a magnesium. Leave those two. Then answer may be potassium, it may be calcium. But we know that left to right, what happened? Basic strength is decreases. It means potassium. ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಪಿರಿಯಾಡಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಕೊಡಲಿ ನೀವು ಇದೇ ಥರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. You write element, corresponding period, corresponding group, you just go and check it. This is the only one simple method. You don't try on, by seeing these two, here, they're doing this, it's not possible. Okay, it is basic oxides, that's it. Hardly they may ask, which of the following is a basic oxide? Question is like this. It is also one question appeared previously in CET, I think. Which of the following is a basic oxide? They have given Al2O3 and CO2, Cl2O7 and one more is magnesium oxide. So which is a basic oxide? Metal oxides are basic oxide. It is a acidic oxide. This is acidic oxide. This is a amphoteric oxide. Right? Next. It is about metal oxides. Next is amphoteric oxide. Write down fast. Amphoteric oxides. Tell me, which oxides are amphoteric? The oxides which are having both acidic and basic property, or acidic and basic nature. So these are the oxides having, they have both acidic and basic nature. So they are having both acidic nature and basic nature. So such oxides are called amphoteric oxides.
Only zinc and aluminum, sir.
No. So usually metalloid oxides are amphoteric oxide. Metalloid oxide. What are the metalloid oxides? Germanium oxide, arsenic As2O3, Asb2O3, TeO2, tellurium. So these are all amphoteric oxides because they are metalloid oxide. So there are two more oxide. Zinc oxide is a metal, but its oxide is a amphoteric oxide. That's important. Next, even aluminum is a metal, but its oxide is amphoteric. So these two are also amphoteric. Even beryllium also. Beryllium is a metal. Its oxide is a amphoteric oxide.
Always.
So these are amphoteric oxide. This is also question appeared previously in CET. Which of the following is a amphoteric oxide? Okay. Option is given this zinc oxide. Next is neutral oxides. Neutral oxides. Come on, tell me. What is the meaning of neutral oxide? Acidic oxides having acidic nature. Basic oxides, basic nature. Amphoteric oxide having both acidic and basic nature. What about neutral oxide? These are the oxides have neither acidic nature nor basic nature. Yes, not amphoteric also. No, they do not have acidic basic nature. Right? They are neutral. That's what they are neutral. No. These are the oxides having neither acidic nature nor basic nature. But here important is example. There was previous question appeared in example also. So example for neutral oxide, you know water. You can remember water is in 16th group water. In 14th group CO, carbon monoxide. 14th group CO, I'll write group is better. In 14th group you will get CO. In 15th group you will have N2O, NO, these two oxides, +1, +2. So N2O, NO both are neutral oxides, first two oxides. In 16th group water, only these four are neutral oxides. They have neither acidic nor basic nature. So what is diagonal relationship, and it's important. So it is also important concept, previously questions appeared. Okay, you know this diagonal relationship is observed in second predelement, you know, and third predelement. Can you tell me what are second predelement? Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen. No, it is observed till carbon only. Next is third is sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur is there. Okay, all right. Yeah. See, in between second and third predelement, there is a similarity in the property between element of second period and diagonal element of third period. There is a similarity in chemical property, even physical also. There is a similarity in properties between element of second and diagonal element of third period. So this relation is called diagonal relation. Lithium, magnesium, both are diagonally related elements. They are diagonally related element, that too particularly second and third period only, not any other period. Beryllium, magnesium, boron, silicon. Aluminium, boron, silicon. So therefore, what is the definition of this diagonal relationship? The similarities between elements of second period and diagonal element of third period. So therefore, the similarities in properties The similarities in properties. The similarities in properties between elements of second period and diagonal element of third period called diagonal relationship. It means, here tell me which elements are diagonally related? Lithium, magnesium. So lithium and magnesium have similarities in property. They have same size, they have same electronegativity, they have same polarizing power. Particularly three properties are. Next is beryllium, aluminum also. Beryllium, aluminum and boron, silicon. So these are diagonally related elements. They have similar physical and chemical properties. There was previous question, which of the following elements, which of the following pair of element have same size? Option is given beryllium, aluminum. In CET, which of the following pair has same size? Now what we think, if they ask size, immediately we think period increases, group decreases, group increases, period decreases. Now adhe nodta irthivi. But if they give two elements, a pair of element, there may be a diagonal relationship irutte. Okay, no, because of diagonal relationship, they are having both same size. Okay, then next, what is the reason for the diagonal relationship? It is due to three reasons. One, same atomic size. The atomic size of lithium, magnesium is same, beryllium, aluminum same, boron, silicon is same. It is due to same size and same electronegativity also. If you check the electronegativity, now lithium, magnesium having approximately same electronegativity. And one more reason, same polarizing power. That we study in chemical bonding topic, next topic. Same polarizing power. So because of these three reasons, they are having similarities in property. Okay, then the most commonly appearing properties in between lithium, magnesium, we will study in S block element in detail later. But there are two very common properties in between lithium, magnesium. First property is, lithium form carbonate, magnesium form carbonate. Lithium carbonate, magnesium carbonate. And here both lithium and magnesium, both the carbonates can undergo decomposition on heating. It means lithium carbonate is Li2CO3 and magnesium is MgCO3. Both undergo decomposition, both they give carbon dioxide as well as oxygen. Yes, respective oxides, like lithium form lithium oxide and carbon dioxide, here is carbon dioxide form and corresponding oxide, magnesium oxide, lithium Li2O plus MgO. And one more important property is, this is also previously appeared question in CET. Can you tell me, anybody, what is the similarity between lithium and no, tell me this about this beryllium and aluminum. The similarity between very good, amphoteric oxide. Beryllium oxide is a amphoteric, even Al2 also, Al2O3 also amphoteric. Both are amphoteric oxides. So due to diagonal relationship. It says this topic is very small, but many time question was appear in different exams. In CET you only can find 2-3 questions in different year. In NEET they did not ask, but in JEE once they ask, in JEE also. Okay, concept is important.